Good evening, welcome to the Fire Burns Within channel again. It's Saturday evening, playing a few tunes on the old boombox down there. Tonight, first of all, I should say a big thank you to Bev from Clarko Vision. She gave me a shout out to my channel. Yeah, I suppose I could do with it. I haven't got like a huge bundle of views, but I'm not doing this for the views in general, so whether it's viewed or not, I don't mind. I just like getting my opinions out there. I think I'm a know-it-all, or a know-all, or whatever it's called. Well, anyway, yeah, thanks to Bev. She was wondering about my name, because I don't usually announce my name. I know a lot of people do. My name is Pirage. It's spelled Pirage. It's like Mirage, but it's just with a P. That's my name. I'm not originally from England, but I've been in England literally all my life. Well, apart from the first 8 years. But I've been here a long time. So I'm British Asian. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, I got into metal about 1991, something like that. Not very late. I think I've explained a couple of times in my other videos. I was not a metal follower in the 80s when I was growing up. I was listening to pop and rock. Hence, I did that pop rock video. Yeah, slowly got into metal around the early 91, heard the Black Album and all that, and got into metal. So there it is, and then progressing onwards as you do. But so anyway, yeah, this video is all about the Shredmeister, Impellitteri. A lot of people don't know this guy. I mean, he's just like, to me, this guy is the best shredder ever. He's like, I don't know, I just find his stuff amazing. He's an amazing songwriter as well, which is the most important thing. It's not just shredding like Yngwie. I mean, to me, he can be good, but his albums are very poorly produced, totally unlike Chris Impellitteri. I know he's a legend, Yngwie, and he's got a lot of followers, and he's undoubtedly a totally skilled guitarist, and probably Impellitteri probably studied Yngwie's videos like very precisely. But Impellitteri, he's a great shredder, and most importantly of all, he's an amazing songwriter. He knows how to write great hooks. I mean, he's had a lot of singers. I'm not sure, like, if the singers in the band at whatever album, they contribute to how the songs are written. I mean, or is he just doing riffs and shredding, and then leaving the vocal melodies to the singer? But I'm sure he's got a hand in everything. I'm sure he's got a hand in everything. But anyway, his discography is like, there's not a bad album there. Even the album I've put in last place, I like. I don't love, but I do like. In total, he's got 11 albums, 11 studio albums. He's got quite a lot of EPs as well, but I'm not going to include those. Just the full-length studio albums. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Coming in number 11th and last place is his 2004 album called Pedal to the Metal. This was with an unknown singer that he discovered called Curtis Skelton. He was like, I think he was in some new metal bands or slightly different bands. And I think at that time, Impellitteri, the man, Chris, he was getting very much into the groovy, heavy guitar riffs of the new metal scene. And he released Pedal to the Metal, which was quite infested with like really heavy, groovy riffs. There was still shredding, but it was like quite a bit different than what he was normally doing. And to be honest, I still really like the album. I think it's really melodic. I mean, Curtis Skelton, he disappeared after this. This was his one and only album with Impellitteri. And I think he does a good job. He sings melodic. I mean, he's not singing like Fred Durst or any of those new metal idiots. But I mean, I still like the album, but it still comes in 11th and last place. Number 10 is an album called Grin and Bear It with Rob Rock. This was I think Rob Rock's first album with Impellitteri. This came out in 1992. It's a rock solid album. The production is nice and crisp. It's punchy. There's not like huge speed on the album. It's quite a mid-paced rocking affair. Great riffs, crisp production, and Rob Rock's introducing his great vocals. He was in the band Mars, Project Driver, and I think one other band as well, if I'm not wrong. But I mean, he's an amazing singer, Rob Rock. He's the mainstay of all Impellitteri singers. His solo album is really good as well. But Grin and Bear It, it comes in at number 10, but it's still a good, solid album. Number 9, oh yeah, I forgot to show these. Pedal to the Metal, that's the one I don't have all the Impellitteri albums. I've got 8 of them. That's Pedal to the Metal. I do have that one. I enjoy it. Grin and Bear It I don't have. It's very hard to find, this one. Haven't got around to it yet. Next album, number 9, is the 2018 album, the latest album, called The Nature of the Beast. Rob Rock on vocals. Yeah, it's a rock solid latter day Impellitteri album. I mean, it's coming in at 9th. You'd think, well, maybe something's wrong with it, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's very heavy, speedy, typical modern day Impellitteri shred metal. Still very melodic. Rob Rock still doing his stuff over the top. I mean, I definitely need to buy this one eventually when I get around to it. It's quite expensive at the moment, but I will get around to it. But the music itself is very crunchy, very speedy, sometimes mid-paced, but it's typical latter-day Impellitteri. I mean, if you like Impellitteri, you will like it. Okay, number 8 is the 2000 album, right on the turn of the century, called Crunch. Rob Rock is on vocals. And this is the start of the change from Impellitteri. I think Chris, he was definitely listening to the albums of the time. You know, he was well into his crunchy Pantera riffs, very heavy. I mean, the album is called Crunch. It's giving away the clues in the title. Very heavy, still shreddy. Rob Rock still sounds good, maybe a little bit more aggressive than usual. I mean, it's a really good album, even though it's sort of very modern or very of that time. Of like, he was caught in the heavy new groove scene, like the groove metal scene. He'd left sort of like melodic hard rock completely that he was doing in his early days. You know, the full shredding, all that was slightly reduced for like real heaviness and groove. But I still like Crunch. I think Crunch is an awesome album. Crunch is on this double CD. It's on the Screaming Symphony CD, but it's on that side. This is a double package, so this is a nice. You get both of them in one CD. Next album, number 7, is the full-length debut album from Impellitteri, called Stand in Line. Graham Bonnet is the singer here. This was released in 1988. This is a classic melodic hard rock. I wouldn't call this one full heavy metal at all. The title track is just like a classic Impellitteri song. I mean, They even do a cover of Since You've Been Gone on this, which is pretty cool. I mean, every song on this is cool. There's some shredding solo songs like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Playing with Fire, some heavy songs, Leviathan. I mean, this is a very catchy, this is like the early classic Impellitteri period. You know, singing very melodic songs. It's not full on heavy metal. It will become heavy metal as things progress, but this is still an awesome album. I put that at number 7. Next album is Screaming Symphony, which is again on this double disc. This is the front cover of Screaming Symphony, and it's on that side. This is a great record. This is when Impellitteri is starting to move into proper speed shred metal. Like, he's starting to leave hard rock slightly behind. The melodies are not so like catchy hard rock melodies. They're sort of like speed metal, air raid siren vocals from Rob Rock. A very good album indeed. Kingdom of Light, that's an awesome song. Father Forgive Them, the opener, awesome song. Rat Race, I love that song. That's like a speed metal, shred metal, very catchy song. Very good album. 17th Century Chicken Picking is instrumental. Very cool one as well. I mean, Screaming Symphony is an awesome album. It came in at number 6, around about in the middle of their catalogue. Right, going for the top 5. Top 5 now. Top 5 is from 2002. System X. This features Graham Bonnet back on vocals. Rob Rock was out. I think, I don't know, they had some issues with Rob Rock, or I don't know what happened there. Rob Rock was out, and Graham brought back, Chris brought back Graham. And when you bring back Graham, you do away with extra heaviness. You go back to melodic rock shred. And this is an awesome, fun album. I mean, Graham sounds so awesome on this. You can see Graham on the back with his dodgy jacket on. And there's Impellitteri there. Yeah. This is an awesome, fun album. This has got some great songs. Perfect Crime, End of the World, She's a Nighttime Lover. That's really catchy. That's a classic Impellitteri song, similar to, say, Stand in Line. What else? Slow Kill. That's a heavy song. Falling in Love with a Stranger. Again, that's a really melodic song. That's like another Stand in Line. Very cool. Graham was back, but again, he didn't last long. This was his only one, but it was worth coming back just for that. Next album is number 4, and I don't have this one. This one's very hard to find and quite expensive. It's Answer to the Master from 1994, the album after Grin and Bear It. Rob Rock, he's in his prime now, Rob Rock, and this is the start of Impellitteri going into full shred metal. Again, leaving hard rock slightly behind, playing very fast, very intricate riffs. Not super heavy like he would go on to be, because the production is still, don't forget, mid-90s. It's good, it's clean, but it's not the heavy that would come around the 2000 and so on in the new millennium. But Answer to the Master is just a great album. I mean, it's got awesome songs. It's like got a frenzy of songs. The title track in particular is just, it's easily one of the best Impellitteri songs of all time. I mean, it's come number 4 for me, so you can see I love that album. Right, the top 3. Number 3 is 2015's Venom. This was an awesome album. Rob Rock is back now in the band. This is just like full heavy shred metal. I mean, this is proper heavy power metal. You know, the songs are awesome. The title track starts the album, Venom. Empire of Lies, all heaviness. Face the Enemy, Jehovah, Time Machine. Very, very cool songs. I mean, this is a very cool album. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, which I should do, I should have mentioned it at the start actually, is that Impellitteri is a Christian band. So if over preachy lyrics sometimes annoys you, they're not very preachy in Impellitteri, but you can tell by some of the song titles that it's a Christian band. So you have to get past that before you can probably listen to this, if it is a problem. But for me, it's absolutely no problem at all. I mean, it's not a big deal at all. I mean, I'd rather some bands that are over the top Christian worship I just can't listen to, but it's not bad in Impellitteri. I mean, they do all kinds of songs, you know, catchy throwaway hard rock songs, and some songs which show worship for God and Jesus and so on. But Venom is an awesome album. It came number 3 for me. It's a really cool heavy shred metal album. I mean, very, very underrated. The top two. Number 2 is 2009's Wicked Maiden. This was the return of Rob Rock since 2004 on the Pedal to the Metal album. For 5 years, until 2009, Impellitteri was history. He was out of it. I think he realised that, well, okay, this experiment with heavy groove new metal is done. Now we need to get back to what Impellitteri is known for. So he got Rob Rock back in the band. This is a slipcase. He said, yeah, Rob is back. We're going to do shred heavy power metal. And this album is awesome. I mean, the title track, Wicked Maiden, awesome. Weapons of Mass Distortion, that's just an epic tune. Division, Eyes of an Angel, High School Revolution, Holy Man, and the final track, The Battle Rages On. That's an awesome song as well. I mean, this is just an awesome album. What can I say about this? Nice cover as well. I like the cover on this one as well, Venom, with the lady dressed in what do you call it? Medieval ladies' clothing, and she's got snake's tongue coming out of her mouth. I don't know if you can see that. She's drinking venom. She's putting venom in her goblets. This one is like also some kind of Wicked Maiden, yeah, obviously, with a dragon. She's got like a pet dragon around her. It's like her pet. So don't trust the Wicked Maiden. Okay, number 1, the final, the best, the top, and my first ever meeting with Mr. Impellitteri and his band. The 1997 album called, I forgot the title for a minute, Eye of the Hurricane. This is an awesome album. This is just a masterpiece, I think. It's very melodic, very heavy. That's the back with the guys, Impellitteri, Rob Rock. Very, very good band. I mean, the other guys are Glenn Sobel, James Pooley, I think. I don't know who the other guy is. This album is awesome. The title track, Eye of the Hurricane, it's a wicked track. Every song is wicked. Shed Your Blood, Fuel for the Fire, Race into the Light. These are like, you know, he's in top form now, Impellitteri. He's in top shred melodic metal form. Master of Disguise, that's an awesome track. Very catchy. Kingdom Fighter, again, is heavy and catchy. Very catchy at the same time. This version of the album includes the Victim of the System EP down there, which is good. It's a nice EP. I mean, that's one of the EPs I mentioned that they did. Well, I didn't put inside the review, but there's some wicked songs on that. Warrior, Glory, Victim of the System, the title track. This is a superb set. I mean, Impelliteri's probably their best album, I would say. I mean, there's not a single bad song on this. Very, very awesome. So there you have it, Impellitteri. they need some love. I don't know why. I don't. Well, I guess I do. It's very niche. I mean, unless you know a lot. You listen to a lot of power metal, a lot of melodic hard rock, and you were of a certain age, you would know a fair bit about Impellitteri maybe, or at least heard a couple of songs. At least heard "Stand in Line." I mean, most people will have heard that. But their full albums are like they're quite mixed. They're all very strong. I mean, I've never heard a single bad Impellitteri album. I think they're very good. They're all very good. Quick rundown of them. In 11th place, Pedal to the Metal. 10, Grin and Bear It. Number 9 is the latest album, Nature of the Beast. I think it could be higher, that one actually. Number 8 is Crunch. Number 7, the debut Stand in Line. Number 6 is Screaming Symphony. Number 5, System X, catchy melodic hard rock. Number 4, Answer to the Master, very shreddy. Number 3, Venom, very heavy. Number 2, Wicked Maiden, very heavy, very melodic. Those two are like sister and brother albums. They were released fairly close to, well, actually no, 6 years apart, but they're very similar in feel. And the number 1 is Eye of the Hurricane, my first ever Impellitteri album, and still my favourite. I mean, it's still a wicked album. It's a blast. Okay, hope you enjoyed this run through of Impellitteri's discography and rankings. Till next time.